All right. When last we left off, Gaelen had been dusted by Lucius before the party damaged him horribly and sent him fleeing to another plane of existence. The party then spent some time going through loot that they found on the bodies and identifying it. Grun, I'd like to start off with you just saying what you did in your morning.
Yeah, so I will actually, I'll read you guys what I sent Ryan, because honestly, I think that'll just be the quickest way to do this. Um, well, so actually, no, never mind, that's not true. So you guys, kind of saw Grun before you went to bed. You saw Grun kind of go off on his own, and he was gone for a little while, and anybody who was like paying enough attention might have heard some like crunching, some like smashing sounds. Might have smelt some like incense and cloth and wax kind of burning, and he came back. You saw him, toss aside his shields, toss aside his mace. Uh, he he didn't have. If you were really observant, you would notice that he wasn't wearing his holy symbol anymore. Like when he bends over to go to the bag, it doesn't swing down like it always did, and he puts a couple odds and ends into the bag and pulls out the great sword of life stealing, and he just kind of wanders off to the side and starts trying to get a feel for swinging it around, and yeah, and then so he does that until bed, applies the tattoo for the last hour, and then falls asleep. And when he woke up, he was well. I guess Ryan, how did that damage take effect?
Well, that would have happened as soon as you crushed your holy symbol and swore off Dowreth. It would have been instantaneous that your body would have been overcome with necrotic energy that, basically left necrotic burns all over your body.
Okay, so when Grun comes back, yeah, he's covered in these necrotic burns and such, and yeah, and then just picks up the sword and kind of starts swinging it around.
Oh my goodness, Grun, are you okay?
I'm fine. Apparently there's a price to pay for swearing off your god.
Skippy's jaw will drop and like hit the floor.
Faewyn's will too, actually.
He'll kind of like sheepishly like bend over and kind of pick it up and put it back in place.
Faewyn's was still attached. Hers wasn't literally.
Yeah, and Grun doesn't like look at you guys when he answers. He's just swinging the sword, and I mean, he's never really used a great sword before. He's got tons of strength, so like it's not heavy, but he's not used to the damn push to talk.
Yeah.
But he's not used to the momentum from the swing. He's not used to like the weight kind of pulling him, so he's swinging it with a lot of force, and so every so often he's gonna like get pulled off balance and stuff, and he's trying to get the hang of it. So he's not really looking at you guys while he answers.
Oh, sorry. Skippy will walk up to Grun and say, in your mind, I think you did the right thing. I think that in Galen's memory, supporting Dowreth is the wrong thing, and I'm proud of you, Grun. I know it was hard, and what's to come will be harder still. Just remember, you don't have to do it alone. You have us.
Grun will kind of pause and swinging the sword, and he'll look down at Skippy, and so Skippy sees like those track marks from crying, and you've generally seen Grun either like really sad or happy or concerned, but you've never like really seen him like angry, and he's looking just like his face is all just scrunched up. He, like the muscles in his neck are all tense and tight, and you can see like his grip on the sword is tight, and he kind of grits his teeth and he nods. And he says, "Oh, it was hard. It was hard, but it was worth it. Free of that god and others, their disdain for us. This is better. I'll crush Lucius. I'll destroy him for everything he's taken. I don't need any gods to help me with it."
And then Skippy will pull out his rapier and attack Grun, but in a pulled back sort of way, as if you were going to do sparring.
Give me a second here.
He might even give you a little tap on the butt there.
He does not angrily lash out.
Yay!
Yeah, he'll see what you're going for. He'll take a few breaths to try to calm down, and he'll try a few practice swings against you. But was Faewyn also trying to say something before we got into
No,
the?
she's gonna let him run with it.
Okay. Then they get into the bit of the spar.
And Skippy will go as he doesn't get tired, so he'll go as long as you're willing to do it.
Okay. Then I'd say we'd spar for probably an hour. Grun would sit down, apply the tattoo, and then if nobody objected before they laid down for the long rest. Well, actually, no. I guess for the long rest, I would use probably, I think, let's see, 3 of my hit dice to try to heal up.
Okay.
Actually, here's my question now, I guess. Do I heal up with my barbarian hit dice or cleric hit dice?
You don't have the barbarian hit dice yet. Technically, you guys are still level 8 at this point. I just let you guys level up early.
You're right. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, yes, then that's D8s.
When you do have it, then you just treat it separately. You decide whether or not you want to use your barbarian hit dice, and you would decide whether or not you want to use your cleric hit dice.
So I have the number that I have of levels of that dice. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're multied as a barbarian and a wizard, I'll use 4 of my wizard dice and then top it off with a barbarian dice.
Yeah.
I'll use 1 more hit dice and then just the long rest.
Okay.
And it's been so long since we had one. We heal 1 plus our Constitution modifier in a long rest, correct?
That's right. Before that, what is your watch order for the night?
Grun's still used to prayer at dusk, so I'll take the first watch.
Faewyn will take the last.
Skippy will point out that he could probably watch all night.
I think generally it was Skippy did sentry for 3 shifts and then a full watch on the last.
Yeah.
And I will be making my hut.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems that I think 2 walls are out of the Fortress of Power.
Yeah.
Just 1 wall is gone.
Yeah, it's just 1.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
sorry.
2 wishes away from being fine.
So Grun is taking first watch. Faewyn, you said you're taking last.
Sure.
Skippy, do you want second or third watch?
Sure. I don't know. Second.
Okay, and Lignyck will go third.
But remember, Skippy is on sentry for the watches. He's not on full watch.
So what does sentry do?
He's aware. He's conscious. The only kind of question is whether or not
where my eyes pointed.
Right.
But seeing that there's no facing in 5e, I see in all directions.
And when you are resting, you're a pile of bones, so one eye could be pointed one not eye could be pointed one way, and one not eye could be pointed the other. It's hard to say with a pile of bones.
Prior to our resting, as this is still the day of events, Lignyck will have spent some time trying to cast mending on the fortress and realizing it's not working. But it would take probably about 3 casts of it before he would go,
Okay.
He might even tell Krabby to do his repair thing.
He would indeed, yes.
Krabby would give you the big finger.
The claw.
Oh, and Faewyn, Grun would hand you the scroll of protection from undead,
Okay.
because I don't believe he can use it anymore.
Okay. I don't believe that it's not on the spell list that she looks like she can cast either.
Oh, okay.
Goes to the sale items.
So do you want it on your character sheet still, or maybe?
Yeah, I'll hold on to it. That's fine.
Sounds good.
Is that not on Lignyck's? Maybe it isn't.
It is not.
Be right back, but I can hear you guys.
So Ryan, while we're waiting, Faewyn knows, learned at last level actually, Liamon's secret chest. But it says
Okay.
you need a very fancy 5,000 gold piece chest. I assume we need to get to somewhere civilized to acquire one of those.
Yep, unless you found one in your adventures somewhere. But 5,000 gold piece chest is pretty pricey.
That
That's what I was
is a lot of
thinking.
chest.
She is going to be keeping her eye out for interesting things like that. So if we happen to run across anything, can you let me know?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Bet you the Temple of Shiro would have such a thing.
Maybe.
But the thing is, a 5,000 gold piece chest still might not last 1,000 years.
Might not. Hard to say.
I'm back, right, everybody?
Where in the tunnels did we rest up again? Like, where are we in relation to some of the other areas?
You aren't far from the stairwell that heads up out of the city on the east side, towards the eastern residences, where you found that ring.
Well, I mean, Grun's a bit fed up with being under here. This has been a less than beneficial trip.
Well, perhaps we should look for the airship, right, Lignyck? I'll message that to Grun and Lignyck.
Yeah, at this point, Grun has no interest in going to seek out Jinxie. We've lost enough people. We're not risking losing somebody over Jinxie at this point.
I thought our fastest way out of this hellhole was to take the airship.
I think so. I think that would be a good idea. If we could get an airship, it would make a lot of things a lot easier.
I'm not sure why this. No.
Can barely hear you.
Which one of us?
Michael?
I
Yeah.
was muttering in the background, not realizing that it was mic'd. So that's okay.
Okay.
So we want to find one of these fancy ships?
I'd be interested in flying ships, but aren't we? Seems to me there's more important things than that right now.
Well, I mean, right now, getting out of here seems pretty important. If we can do it by air, we could avoid a lot of potential undead.
And think of the knowledge.
And you guys have been wanting to go back to...
Oh, you want to go back to Valshani?
Well, no, where's your home?
Steamton. Yeah.
Steamton.
Valshani's closer. Oh, of course, it might be overtaken by undead. It's really hard to say right now. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, with an airship, the time of travel would be much less to wherever we want to go.
True.
Last time we were in an airship, a dragon tried to eat us. Wait, a ship. Just ship.
Yeah, I thought there was water.
I've been working on something. If you guys will just give me a day or two, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
I mean...
But I can only take us to Valshani. Or back here.
Well, I mean... Valshani, I don't know if that...
A ship, though. A ship would be cool. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, I think if we could find an airship that works, and if we could get it functional, it would be a huge help. Because, I mean, yeah, think of the travel that would be made so much easier. If we
and I could read.
That.
I could read while we were traveling. I want the ship.
Well, there we go.
Let's go find the ship, guys.
It's been decided.
It's logical.
Skippy's already packing his bag.
Yeah, Faewyn will be too. She's excited about this method of travel that allows her to read.
Okay. But you guys haven't had your long rest yet, right? Like you're kind of jumping the gun there a little bit with your excitement.
Maybe a
I
smidge.
thought trying to find the ship.
I think he's hinting we should have our long rest before we run off into new adventures, maybe?
Possibly.
All right, let's have our long rest.
Who did we lose?
Romy.
We decided on our course.
Okay.
Oh, I hope she's not in a ditch.
Yeah.
No, she's just listening to us because she didn't want to listen to any music anymore.
We're better than music. So, Grun, on your watch, can you give me a perception check, please?
18.
And Wandoo, you have been
That's-
moving stealthily through.
Yeah, that's what that roll is in the Discord.
What roll am I looking at? Oh, the 22?
Yeah.
Okay. Grun, you are oblivious to the approach of the Furbolg Druid.
Grun, are you inside or outside of the hut?
Oh, I'd be inside because we can see out. So yeah, I'd be inside the hut.
Wandoo, as you're making your way through the city, you note that there is a giant metal tower on an island nearby. It looks like it's in pretty rough shape.
But also new.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't look like it fits in with any of the other buildings in the area.
Did you leave the tower up when we went to bed, or did you collapse it? That's a question to Lignyck, I guess.
Did Lignyck or Skippy have that?
Lignyck did.
Lignyck would have been oblivious enough that he wouldn't have collapsed it with the events that had happened just prior to it.
Makes sense.
And Faewyn, where is the tiny hut set up? Is it in the main floor of the tower, or is it up on the roof?
I think the main floor, because people can get in from to the main floor now.
I think it would be actually right beside it in the shadow of it. She's kind of feeling, yeah.
Okay. So Wandoo, as you draw closer, you would see that there is a dome, an opaque dome beside the tower.
I thought the people couldn't see it.
No, it's not invisible. They just can't see in.
Oh, okay.
Wanda will signal his companion to stay behind, but just to stay over there.
Okay.
Is it a purple dragon?
And and he will slowly approach with his shield not on and his hand open. And I'll drop a couple pictures into the chat. And I'll drop the other picture in, even though you don't see it yet, but it'll be there. And this guy's just short of 8 feet tall.
Oh boy.
You stole my character.
Hey, I was pretty close.
Yeah, so his companion is not out yet, and he'll walk towards the hut with his hand out and maybe stop 20 feet short.
Okay.
Are you still like stealth 22, or are you like walking out like
Hi,
how are you?
He's walking, yeah. Good question. He's walking straight towards it, right in the open, steps right out into the open, and then walks towards.
Okay, so Grun will nudge the Skippy bone pile and whisper to him to quietly wake the others.
I reconnect myself and get to work tapping people on the shoulder.
Hello in the hut.
Oh, jeez. I'm just waiting to see if anybody says if they wake
so
up.
Many wonderful. Oh, Skippy, wait, what you want?
Shh! Someone's outside the hut.
Oh no. She'll peer up. Well, they're tall.
Okay, how many people you got in there?
Oh my god, he does right here!
He does. But should we answer? Just ignore him. He can't get in.
I'll go out, I say to Grun in a whispered voice in your head.
If you get in trouble, I'll be out.
Where is Leo?
Probably in the tower that I'm kind of blocking the entrance to, so there's still room to maneuver in and out, but sheltered.
Skippy will step out of the dome.
If Wandoo sees Leo, he'll just give a nod.
It's a 10-foot high dome. I don't think you can see over it. But you do see a small-sized skeleton come out of the dome.
Hey there.
Sorry, pardon? I messaged him.
You must be the small one made of bones.
I am the small one made of bones. Who are you? I'll message back anything he says to Grun.
I am Wandoo.
Oh, never mind. You can hear. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we hear this.
Plus, spells don't go through the hut.
Good point. Sorry, what was that, Chuck?
I am Wandoo. Treefor.
Yes.
What? Sick?
Wandoo not know why people say that sometimes.
Wandoo, I am Skippy, and my friends and I were wondering if you were going to try to eat it.
You is only bones.
That means yes.
Well, bones make good soup, don't they?
I suppose. Skippy is right. Wandoo thinking should be more of you.
Grun will come out, but the great sword's drawn.
We've had bad luck with strangers.
Okay. Wandoo tell you his name. Not stranger now.
You're a stranger to us. What are you doing here?
You're the big one. Okay. That means should be a couple more small ones. And, a pretty owl. And, a great big tiger. Just between you and Wandoo, though, owl really an owl.
Faewyn will pop out of the hut. How do you know? How do you know who we are?
And the hut disappears.
Sure does.
Oh, there the rest of you is. Hey, everybody.
How do you know?
Wandoo come up quiet, hidden, but knew if Wandoo approached would likely go unnoticed. But for the Watcher, the Watcher noticed most things, so Wandoo decide just walk up, hands open. Group supposed to be friend of Panther. Panther say, one big tiger, one pretty owl, one tall friend, and 3 small friend. Look like maybe you the right people.
You knew that.
But first, you first group tell truth to Wandoo. Is group Panther's friend?
Yes. How did you know?
Jinxie!
Wandoo's going to rely on his insight to get a sense of if these are the right people.
Yeah. Your insight is telling you that these are the people that you've been looking for.
How did you know Jinxie?
Don't really know Jinxie. Only just met Jinxie. I guess you're the right people then. So, you can come now if you want to.
Where to?
And when Wandoo says that, you see a familiar black panther come running up to the group.
Jinxie?
And Jinxie rubs his head up against, I guess your shoulder. You're pretty small.
How did you get here, Jinxie? How did he get here?
Him get Wandoo find you. Wandoo found Panther. Really bad shape. Really bad shape. Still got some still got some emotional problems too, I think. But Wandoo fix him up. And then him say, gotta find friends. And him tell Wandoo about friends, so Panther wanna find friends. Wandoo gonna help him.
So, guys, either somebody saved Jinxie or we're already in the problem zone.
Yep, Panther said him name Jinx. Yep.
I messaged to Wandoo. How did you get by the creature that had him?
Funny how bones speak in head. Jinxie say, what is it you say? Him, mostly get tortured by the monster. And, for, days. Something like a week or something. And, the monster want to keep, Panther scared. And as scared as ever, mostly. But, it's no good to him dead. So, eventually Panther able to pretend to be dead, kind of get ignored by monster, sneak away, real quiet, focused. Get far enough away, Wandoo find him. Wandoo could tell him there.
But what are you doing here?
Wandoo a wanderer. Look for answers of all kinds of things. Mostly help out if there's nature needs help, like animals, like a panther, and plants, like the ones that you guys piss off back in the library. And yeah, so but Wandoo looking for answers down here. Mostly find more questions. What you guys doing down here? And how come you lose your panther?
We were destroying some evil knowledge.
Knowledge never evil, just how you use it.
It was knowledge on how to resurrect a evil lich.
Probably take an evil person to want to use that knowledge. Did you destroy it?
Yes, and we found a bunch of books as well that have a lot of answers in it if you're looking for answers.
Books is good. Wandoo have trouble finding books, not find many. Most of them just give more question than answer.
Isn't that wonderful?
These books special that them still
All books
around.
are special. All books. So yes, they're fabulous. Faewyn starts pulling books out.
You must be the reader.
Pardon me?
The reader. You're the reader. That make him the watcher. Him the bones. Him the big one.
Who's the watcher?
Lignyck.
Oh,
The other little one that's not bones and not the reader. Him notice things all the time, especially when not looking for things. Wandoo good at looking at things when you're looking for things, but could learn from the watcher. So how come you didn't destroy the book with the knowledge the bad guys want?
we did destroy it.
And Faewyn's got tears dripping down her face at that.
Well, I guess bad guy can't get it.
No, and he was rather irate about that.
Bad guy come for book?
He did, and killed our friend.
Wandoo looks at the panther.
You didn't tell me about another one.
The panther just continues to nuzzle Faewyn.
Okay.
Oh, must have been my mistake. Must have been Wandoo mistake. Wandoo would like to look at books if him allowed.
Well, we were gonna go look for an airship.
In the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Nighttime. Should sleep. Wandoo not seen an airship.
Well, we're gonna go looking for one in the morning, so have a good night.
Maybe Wandoo can help you not lose Panther for a while. And maybe then you can help Wandoo with something.
What do you need help with?
Got them plants. Them plants that you guys piss off in the library. Wandoo promised to do a favor for them, so maybe you can do that.
What plants do we piss off?
That's why you piss them off. Not even notice. Sheesh.
What do these plants look like?
Well, they look like plants. Whole bunch of plants. But them growing good, so clearly magical. And want to talk with plants. So talk to plants and talked lots for days. Learned a good lot of stuff. But them also talk about people that were there just before. A little while before Wandoo, and must be you.
Talking about those vines we got out of the way, or something along those lines? There's something blocking a door. Wasn't there some brush or something?
Wandoo not know. Wandoo wasn't there when you was.
So what do they want you to do?
Plants still alive because they're magical. And so them been there for 1,000 years or more. And like long since before the dwarfs went away. And because them used to be cared for by the dwarfs. And so them have lots to talk about that. But it's a long time. Wandoo didn't know how long, but it's a long time. And the plants are really bored because they know each other really well, but they don't know any other plants. So Wandoo promised to move them to where there's other plants and other plants that will grow old and die. And new plants will take their place and they will meet the new plants.
Like on the area where we saw the farmers?
Suppose could do that. But then them plants really rely on the people. They don't, nature can take care of itself. Just have to take the plants to some place where plants grow. They'll be good.
How many plants are we talking about?
Oh, a lot. A lot of plants. That's why Wandoo needs more hands.
Well, and if they've been growing down here, they're probably plants that grow really well underground.
Oh, no. No, these plants, they're from all over the place. There's plants from way up in the north. Some of the plants talking about where they came from other dwarf places. And, yeah. No, they only grow here because the magic makes them. And they've been growing so long that they have connections throughout the nature of all this entire mountain. So Wandoo was speaking with them and did some communing. and was able to see a whole mountain, pretty well a whole mountain, everything in it. That's why Wandoo know owl, not an owl.
Do different types of plants live while these plants still live?
What you mean?
Well, some plants take over and make other plants die so they can live.
Oh, there's no naturally. Any natural plants died many centuries ago. Only reason these ones still alive is because them is magical.
Right,
And
but if
that's
you took them somewhere else where there were other plants, would they kill all the other plants?
would they kill them? Oh, plants don't want to kill plants. No, we would put them where they were in balance with the plants around them. Keep them with each other if they wanted to stay. Maybe want to take them to slightly different places if they don't like certain plants, but don't think that's gonna happen. That's plants don't really think like that. Just really got to get them somewhere where they can meet new plants. You think you got to live in one place for thousands of years, and all you get to know is the other dozen people that are there with you. And that's all you'll ever know. Could get pretty boring. Not that you don't like them people, it's just you want new people.
I mean, I guess we could help with this. Maybe we should find Maybe we should find the airships first, so that we know how we're potentially getting out of here, and then we could get the plants and load them onto the airship.
I suppose depend on how far away the airship is. Plant's really close.
How big are the
Have you
plants?
seen any lakes? I wonder, have you seen any lakes?
Wandoo saw all the water in this entire mountain. There are rivers running underneath. Some of them collapsed, some of them still running. All the nature. Can't really see it, not there though.
So you've been through this whole mountain?
No, Wandoo see all this when he commune with the magical plants, because the magical plants, their nature reaches throughout the mountain. But when Wandoo commune away from the plants, basically like a city, just a really, really old city. It's no good.
So no lake?
Ryan, I saw rivers. Did I see them come together in a lake?
Are you asking about a lake in the mountain or outside the mountains, Skippy?
Well, I seem to have a dim memory that the airship was crashed in a lake in the mountain or something.
Ryan,
Or am I remembering that totally different?
Could Faewyn get a refresher on exactly where the airships were? Or the information we had about them?
I think Lignyck had that. Let me check.
I suppose it's as good a time as any to say that that from the same place that Jinxie would have come from, that armored dinosaur would also be making her way slowly to somewhere behind Wandoo.
Faewyn will scream when she sees it.
I'll hide behind Grun.
So will Faewyn.
Grun will pull up his great sword.
Oh, no.
Get ready to...
No, it's all good. What you doing? This is how you greet people. This clever girl.
No.
Yes.
Her Deinonychus, but her is awakened. So she's smarter than most of us, actually. She don't talk much though. But she's really smart. Good friend. Been a friend of Wandoo for a long time.
She can talk?
Her can talk with Wandoo.
Oh.
Her don't talk the common tongue.
Does anybody else speak Sylvan?
Nope.
No.
Skippy's the most likely other one.
No.
Her speak the language of the Fae, but like Wandoo say, her not speak much anyway. Don't have much to say. Have hardly any opinion on anything. Best thing about clever girl.
Beautiful.
I am not associating myself with that comment in any way, shape, or form.
Sounds reasonable.
Wow.
You might, I don't know if you go to plays, stuff, but many years ago, some bards made a play, and they made the Deinonychus the bad guy. So them get a bad rap, and even worse, them bards think Deinonychus is a stupid name, so they use Velociraptor, which is silly. Everybody knows Velociraptor are about the size of a fox. Maybe a coyote, just little.
Grun will hesitantly sheath the great sword and say, "Well, Wandoo, you and clever girl are welcome to, stay the night out there, and we'll talk more in the morning." And Grun's gonna kind of slow walk backwards, hands down to push the little ones, back a bit, but not looking away from this very odd individual who has shown up, and this creature who looks very much like some of the monsters that he saw in the zombie hordes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, this is like the living, breathing one of them, and then that's not great.
Yeah, the ones that you saw in the zombie hordes were similar style of build, but much, much larger.
Okay, so this is like my second time seeing anything like a dinosaur, and this is my first time seeing any living form of a dinosaur.
That's right.
Okay, so yeah, Grun's a little concerned, and so he's whispering to Faewyn, it's like, put up the hut.
Okay, watch me while I do it. So she'll sit down and start her 10 minutes of putting up the hut again.
Grun does not take his eyes off of Clever Girl.
Good to meet you. Panther say good things about all of you.
Yes, well, thank you again for saving Jinxie. It means a lot that she is safe.
You gotta take better care of the animals,
Well, if you're able to tend to our tiger friend, we would appreciate it. And Grun will gesture to Leo.
Is him hurting?
He is.
Wandoo will speak directly to Leo and ask him, or say, are you hurting, Tiger? Come, Wandoo will heal you.
Leo gets up and walks over to you.
I will... I'll drop a couple of... I'll hand him 10 good berries.
So that's 10 hit points, right?
Yeah. How's he looking?
Somewhat better.
Give him another stack of berries.
He munches them up.
Yeah, actually, I'm better off going with good berry than I am with healing word. It should have a... Absolutely. In fact, my... because my maximum on healing word is 10. And it also has a minimum. So I'll give him another stack of good berries.
Okay. With the third stack of good berries, he looks like he's totally better.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Also to Leo. Them take good care of you animals.
Leo grumbles about walking through tight hallways in the mountains and not seeing the sun and being out of the jungle. He doesn't seem particularly happy about his lot in life right now, especially when the undead came and attacked them all. There was gas in the tower, it choked him, and yeah, it's he's got a long list of grievances.
You guys gotta take better care of your animals.
We've been trying to survive in here.
Also,
actually, scratch that. Faewyn's busy.
Also, he would point out that there were more tigers before, but most of all the rest of them have died.
Well, we don't bring that up.
Wandoo will stare at Leo for a moment. And then he'll say
Didn't we feed one of the tigers to the other tiger?
Shh! They don't know that.
It's all part of it. It's all part of the list of grievances.
Faewyn and Lignyck were not there. 1. 2, we didn't tell the tigers. And 3, they didn't seem that particularly upset.
What did you do to the tigers?
They were starving.
They died. The other tigers died of other causes unrelated to us. Kind of, sort of.
But very related.
Just killed them.
Very related to the Lich.
Very related to the Lich, exactly. Unrelated to us, they died. And we happened to also be short on rations for Leo. So...
Remember, Lucius is a pussycat killer.
Faewyn is shocked. Her casting of the hut fails at this point in time as she is just totally actually jarred out of casting by this revelation. That's barbaric!
I mean, Leo would have died if we hadn't.
Poor Leo.
I mean, it was kind of, the best of, the terrible options.
Oh, she'll just turn her back. Clearly shaken, she'll try starting to cast her spell again.
Wandoo will work on this, Leo.
Leo thanks you.
Great. He's going to unionize our help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible. They're going to start asking for, proper meals. They're going to want breaks and days off.
Shares of
not
the loot.
To not eat their kin.
Oh my god, can you imagine the healthcare costs that they're going to have to bring for us? We should just, you know what? Before they unionize, we should just cut them loose.
Yeah, it's funny the panther didn't say, but don't bring me back to them. They'll just feed me to the tiger eventually.
Well, I mean, Jinxie didn't have any problems with the tiger either, so... Whoa, what just popped up?
An accident.
Oh, it's a pretty accident.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, it made me wonder what the heck I'd done.
Nothing.
Okay, are we going back to sleep?
If Faewyn succeeds in the hut, then yes.
She'll get there.
Tiger can sleep over here with us if him want.
Leo, if you and Jinxie are comfortable with that, I mean, you're more than welcome to.
Jinxie welcome to come, but Wandoo think Jinxie missing family right now.
Yeah, just offering them, they're both welcome to sleep wherever they want. It's just saying to them that, if they wanted to go somewhere, they're welcome to.
You guys doing pretty good for food right now, right?
Yeah, we got a lot of rations.
He probably
We got some cat rations.
He has a big pile. Don't you have a big pile of it sitting there, because we're not going to take it?
We actually haven't slept yet, so I haven't gotten that spell yet. So that would be a conversation that would have happened in the morning once we're awake.
And we don't need to get rid of all the rations. And I mean, and I kept the cat rations in the bag, so that we still have, which I'm marking 2 off for sleep.
Okay, well, Wandoo interrupt your beginning of night sleep, so you go ahead and Wandoo, a clever girl, will help with watches.
Okay, thank you. And
we'll keep all of our existing watches?
I'll say we'll keep all our existing watches, and Grun will just whisper to Skippy that when Skippy, has his, just rest when he's not on watch, when he's just sentry, just to try to keep what attention he can on Wandoo and the clever girl, and to wake Grun up if he's concerned.
I'll sleep right there on the shores of whatever it is. I can see every.
Does Skippy sleep in his pile in the hut?
No.
Then he probably noticed that Wandoo kind of stares at his pile, not hungrily.
His pile kind of stares at you because his head kind of comes to rest so that his eyes are kind of staring at you. I think I'm going to win this staring contest.
Yeah, probably.
All right, we're sleeping.
All right, the night passes uneventfully.
I don't believe you.
Well, you can make a wisdom save, I guess, to disbelieve the illusion.
I'll do so.
You guys say you lost a friend that Panther didn't know about. When did this happen?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you were saying. I was too busy self-gloating and not pushing to talk on my nat 20 plus 8 on the wisdom save.
There you go.
So yeah, the illusion of life is stripped before my eyes. What do I see?
Nothing. Just
Robbie's
nothing. You're in a
I'm
void.
blind! I'm blind!
You see that Grun has actually been part of the wall for decades.
Oh no, this has all been an illusion. A distraction from of his dissolving mind.
And that's where the campaign ends. No, just kidding.
Thanks for coming out, everybody.
That's a shocker.
taking part in Grun's fever dream.
And you thought you guys were protagonists.
You guys say you lost a friend. That Panther didn't know. How long ago? Wandoo pretty good at setting those things straight.
Grun will
Yesterday.
pick up the alms box. No, not yesterday. Just today.
Oh, right.
I mean, how long ago would this have been at this point, Ryan?
Well, it happened yesterday morning, and it's now the new morning, so yeah, we're close to 24 hours.
And he didn't want to come back.
We tried to
that
wish
all?
him back.
Oh, yeah. How come him have no body left?
We burnt him.
No, the Lich cast
Oh, yeah,
a
the
spell
poison,
that
right.
turned him to ash.
Oh, that extra nasty. No leave, no body. Not even a little piece. No coming back from this. Would take extra evil person to do that to someone, whether or not person real or just a character.
You're right.
I think-
Shame on whatever being brought this about.
Yeah, and this lich turned me into made another lich turn me into this.
Wandoo never see undead like you before. You still seem to be in there somewhere. That's not right.
He just shrugs.
Wandoo, wait a minute.
Wandoo will approach you if you let him.
He just kind of looks at Grun and looks back at Wandoo like you're approaching him to give him like a hug, and it's like what?
And he'll like grab your like collarbone in between his like pointer and his thumb and just kind of jiggle it, shake you, and kind of jostle you around a bit.
Grun will clasp a hand to his forearm when he starts doing that. It's like, I wouldn't appreciate you treating him like that.
Okay. Wandoo just check and make sure these actually him bones. Cause yeah, you special. Mostly, I mean, you not natural. So Wandoo be happy to fix it if you want. Cause that's not natural. So
Wait. The plants you want to save, if they're growing magically, doesn't that make them unnatural? And they're fine, and you want to put them somewhere else?
Yeah. See, plants are natural. They're just living along because of the magic. And would maybe get rid of magic if them wanted to, but them not want to die. Them just really bored. But them is natural. But skeleton, it's not natural. But what's weird is seems like there's a soul still in there somewhere. That's but that's good actually, because we can Wandoo can do something with that.
What would you do?
Cause see, Wandoo needed to see if these were still really the bones, cause these bones don't belong to the skeleton, not the skeleton's bones, just held together by the magics that make the skeleton. These bones are whatever Skippy was before the bones. What was Skippy?
Short.
A halfling.
Oh yeah, see, these not skeleton bones. These halfling bones. So that's a body. Wandoo can bring back bodies. That's no problem. Can make new body. Probably not be halfling though. But be alive, be natural, be made out of nature, out of the nature around us. Form a new body, starting with the bones. And the only other problem is because is the soul, but seems to still be in there. So only trick is you'd have to die.
I'll take a step back and look at Grun.
I mean, nobody want to die, but the idea is you be coming right back. Just because your soul's right there, easy to call back. Especially if Wandoo have help. Maybe looking around. Well, maybe not get help. And Yeah, fix you right up, make you something new. Maybe maybe happy, maybe not.
Wait, what if you're wrong? Like, what if the magic that they did to me makes it so that you can't resurrect me?
I suppose that's this is a chance Skippy have to decide worth taking. One who can't think of any reason if you have body or part of body, and which you do because bones are natural, and your soul, and it sounds like you got one in there, but I don't know, maybe you're faking. Wandoo thinks to be no problem, but Wandoo not gonna kill you and do it. Something you got to decide. Just Wandoo happy to make it right.
Skippy will nod in agreement and then turn to Grun and say, "What should I do, Grun?"
Well, I mean, I do know the spell that he's talking about. I mean, I couldn't cast it, but I do know of the spell. In theory, it would work, but like you said, these magics that were cast on you, who knows what effect that would have. I mean, Faewyn, you might have some better knowledge, or Lignyck, you might have some better knowledge on this, but all I can say is like this spell should work in theory the way that Wandoo has said. You will gain a new body. It would just your race may change to something completely different.
Give me 1 second.
And just know that out of character, I'm absolutely rooting for you to do this and roll on Ryan's reincarnation table.
on the wild ride one.
Just do it. But despite what Grun says going forward, just know that I am rooting for you. Just do it.
I have a quick question about technicalities on that wild ride. Is it different than a regular reincarnate spell? I don't remember if we had this discussion, but like the regular reincarnate says it has to be a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid.
Yeah, the wild ride specifically says, let me bring it up. But it specifically says it breaks 3 rules of the normal.
I'm just trying to chat with Ryan about Faewyn's advice, so that's why I needed a moment.
Yeah, because I think that's right. The wild ride is handled a little bit differently than the full reincarnate spell.
So Wandoo, Wandoo's about to sort of cover that because he doesn't have the option. No, he does have the option. Well, the first option's riskier of a failure. Going with the normal resurrection, or the normal reincarnation is riskier. It does not, like the other bring back the deads, it does not explicitly say you can't bring back an undead, but it does say that you touch a dead humanoid or a piece of a dead humanoid. But we've covered that those are Skippy's bones. Those are a humanoid's bones, right? So he couldn't bring him back as an undead, but he could bring him back theoretically as a humanoid. So he could do the non-wild ride version, but it would consume the expensive.
See, I thought we had discussed that the wild ride was a bit more open in terms of casting. That
it is.
It doesn't have to be specifically a humanoid.
And that's correct. So that's what Wandoo would say was there's a safer way to do it, but it might fail because he's right now undead. The other way shouldn't fail because it says it's normal except the 3 following things. Though the material component must be used, it's not consumed. The touched dead remains need not be humanoid, and a new body fashioned is rolled on the crazy chart. So it really is that you could. This is the way that druids would bring back an animal because they can't reincarnate an animal.
Right.
They have to wild ride it.
So in that case, try the safe way, where if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and then we go from there.
But it consumes the material.
That's right.
The wild ride one doesn't.
What's the material?
It's the 1,000 gold in rare oils and unguents, which Wandoo has, but he only has 1 of.
And Faewyn will say she also. That's.
Are you saying that Wandoo is into essential oils?
Yes. Well, he gets cracks on his hands.
Grun looks at the rest of the party when he says this to verify, but he says, if there's no objections, we would pay for the materials to replace those materials if you needed to use them up.
As an FYI, guys, we have that other kind of spell in the ring, but I didn't think it would be safe for Skippy. So if this one is different, then maybe it's safer.
Which spell and what ring?
My fancy ring that what's his name left from? Reincarnate.
Oh, I forgot there was a reincarnate in there.
But I didn't think it would be safe for Skippy. Yeah.
The normal reincarnate wouldn't probably be. It would be risky, because even though he has a soul right here, he is an undead, and so it all comes down to whether or not the magic sees his remains as the undead's remains or as Skippy the halfling's remains. But the other way, the wild ride doesn't care. The druids, often in a druidic circle, will bring back an animal. And the reason why they'll do it all together is because if you help Wandoo, those of you who can cast spells that can bring back the dead, if you are able to do that, then you can help Wandoo do the reincarnate. And if you do, then we have better choices. Maybe he doesn't come back as a daisy or squirrel. Maybe he comes back as something better.
I didn't know those were options.
Skippy is like freaking out, like he's not saying anything, but his teeth are clattering and he's waving his hands and he's stomping back and forth.
It's okay. Wandoo's talking. Worst case, it's if you wanted to come back as a daisy, it's a really unlikely. If you wanted to come back as an ogre, it's really unlikely. Yeah, but way more likely you come back as a halfling or a human or something like that. Way more likely. But no guarantees with nature. You never know for sure. But the more people that help Wandoo, better chance you won't come back as just a daisy. And just for the record, nothing wrong with being a daisy.
So I think Skippy likes to travel a bit. Skippy, if you do want to try this, I will join in if I can give you any more chance.
He'll just kind of stop and his shoulders will slump and he'll just say to Grun, but who's gonna kill me?
Not it! I know you said that to Grun, but...
Yeah, Grun will look at you, Skippy. Nobody else but me.
Alright. Skippy will kind of go into the middle and get down on his knees and kind of slump his head and say, alright, I'm ready. Let's go for a wild ride.
I'm so excited.
Do I have to do for this part? The healing part?
Wandoo very happy that Skippy wanna set things right.
Alright, so a couple things here before this happens. One, I'm going to use the Great Axe for this, because I don't want any necrotic damage triggering effects. None of that stuff.
Yeah. How about you don't use the life stealer?
yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, nope. Alright, first of all, I want to be very clear. I pull out the Great Axe +1 that we have. Because it's going to be nice and sharp and it's going to be a nice, clean job.
Faewyn looks away.
2, I make sure Skippy is prone, and I aim, i.e., I don't want to miss in the slightest.
Right. You'd have advantage, and you would score a crit. If we incapacitate him, it would be an auto crit.
That's what I'm trying to make this as efficient as possible. I'm looking for a one swing.
What if I close my eyes?
Yeah.
I'm blinded and prone.
We do whatever it takes to make this as easy for me to hit and to do as much damage as possible.
Oh, Faewyn can't look.
So yeah, Grun will pull. Oh, hold on, I have to add the axe to my inventory so I can make the swing.
See you on the other side, brave halfling.
His chest will rise as if he's taking a big breath, and then he'll just slump down as if he's resigned.
And Grun will ask Skippy one more time. He's like, Skippy, are you sure?
No, just get it over with.
All right. Well, then Grun will pull up the axe and we haven't rested. I can't do it yet. Damn it! Why did?
No,
Can we-
it's the morning. It's the morning.
Yeah, it's morning. You've
It's
rested.
morning?
Yeah, it's morning. Yeah.
Okay, well, hold on then a moment because I would like.
You're gonna rage.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
Just remember all the times Skippy got you into trouble.
No. I'm angry because I've just lost my oldest friend and my last tie to Corthune. Shit has not gone right from the moment things went wrong in Corthune. Everything has just been a sideways shit show down a mountaintop, and now he's about to try to kill one of his other best friends that he has no idea what's going to happen if this goes wrong.
on the advice of some old hermit.
On the advice of some random old giant that they just met, Grun is losing his fucking cool right now.
And Faewyn thinks you guys really have no clue how to take care of everybody in your party. You know, like, this has just been crazy.
All right. Oh, shit, here we go. All right, so the 27, and it's an auto, so a hit, it's auto crit, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so do we just...
And you're +2 on that?
Double that, +2.
Ow! Harder, Grun!
And Skippy, don't forget that you're resistant to slashing damage.
No! Wait. Hold on though, but this is a great X +1, so doesn't that, isn't that just normal slashing damage? This is magical slashing damage, does it?
Nope.
Don't, oh, damn it, don't, oh, that means, oh no.
Yeah, he messages in your head.
Do you have a hammer?
I do.
Do you have a hammer?
I didn't want to use it, but I have the hammer of thunderbolts.
Yeah, you have to use it.
Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry to do this, Skippy.
Crush his skull.
Probably better than my book toy.
Please.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. I don't have the gauntlets. So happy right now. There's no gauntlets.
And he just about misses. Oh, okay. There you go.
Right.
Can you use that?
I can use it. I just can't. I don't gain any of the benefits of the like. It's just a maul.
Oh, okay. I thought it required the belt and gauntlets of overpower to use.
No, just to attune to the weapon.
Yeah, so it's not even a +1 right now. It's just a maul.
Just a maul.
But
okay.
It's still good because he's vulnerable to bludgeoning, right?
It doesn't say so, but it probably should have.
Okay, well, 32. It would be 30 points plus the 2, so 32 points of bludgeoning damage. And if it's vulnerable, then it's double that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 64 points of bludgeoning damage, Skippy.
That's gonna kill him.
That's a lot better.
I mean,
session we've had so far.
No. You're forgetting the skinning of Skippy. That was the
I'm trying to.
Yeah, I was.
While all this is going on, Lignyck is very focusedly not engaged in the killing of Skippy for a greater purpose. And he is frantically drawing in a sketchbook. And if anyone looks, it looks like it's a schematic of some kind.
Oh, I was gonna say, is he sketching the crime scene for future testimony?
Yeah.
Wandoo will take Grun's like elbow while Grun is coming down out of his rage.
You are a very good and brave friend to help him this way.
You just better save him, or this hammer's coming down on your head. Because Grun is not out of his rage.
I see that you have maybe some spellcasting skills. No?
Not anymore.
You don't have to be able to. You just have to have been able to know how. You have to know the fundamentals of bringing back someone's soul to their body. If you know this, and Wandoo's saying this to everyone, if you know these things, you can help Wandoo and give Skippy better chances of a better reincarnation.
Lignyck closes his sketch pad, stands up, and says,
I can help.
Then Grun will take some very slow, deep breaths and calm back down and say, all right, what do I need to do?
We just need to concentrate. It will take an hour. The nature will do its job. We'll build a new body for his soul to come back to, if he is willing.
Yeah, Faewyn will help.
Okay, so Ryan, whoever, if everybody is considered qualified to help, then he can go through the rolls 4 times, and
so I can do. Well, I was capable of vivify and raise dead.
Yes. So I just linked the text in the chat there.
I am
for the specific spells that you have to be able to. It has to be on your class spell list.
Kate, do you want me to put the whole reincarnate into the chat?
It's revivify, raise dead, reincarnate, resurrection, true resurrection, and wish.
I can cast Revivify, and I have a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay. The issue for Grun is he has no. His spell slots are not full right now.
But it should be okay because of the way that it's written. I mean, you can change it. This is a homebrew anyway. But the way I wrote it, I specifically wrote it the same way you would learn a spell. So it's on their class list, and they must be of a level for which they have spell slots capable of casting that spell. They could be out of slots.
I can't help then, right?
Well, see, I was thinking that actually you would be able to help since you have reincarnation in your ring.
Okay.
So you can cast the spell, but Grun wouldn't because he has no divine energy in him. So it would work out to the same number.
Sounds reasonable.
With 3 chances.
Okay, then I'm still raging.
Because you're upset about it.
Well,
yeah, because I'm very, very angry about the fact that just this morning, one more thing to be pissed off about, just gave up my ability to help out with my friend's resurrection. I am gripping this hammer and Wandoo, you are getting the eye.
All right, Skippy, you get 3 rolls. 3 rolls. D100.
I do have a question about the rage.
His rage does run out if he doesn't attack anything or is not attacked.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's just normal raging.
Yeah, it's not the barbarian rage. It's just Grun rage.
All right.
I linked the appropriate sentences from the barbarian rage description.
Okay, I keep slapping myself for 1 point of damage.
Banging my head into something.
All right, first roll.
Humanoid. So
locks it on.
So no. Now he has to roll. Nope. Now he has to roll on the race chart, on the top race chart, the normal race chart, because he's doing the wild ride, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
So another D100.
Okay.
A tabaxi.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
So your second option is D100.
I like the tabaxi. That sort of makes some sense.
Yeah, you can work with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least you've got one good option.
Yeah.
What do you mean one good option? Loxodon was the first one.
Well, no, I was wrong. I read the chart wrong. 48 is again a humanoid, so you can roll on the humanoid table again. Owlin.
Oh, Owlin. Okay.
Owlin. Okay.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Okay.
An owlin. It's like an owl creature guy.
Yeah, I just hadn't heard of them.
They just
before.
came out in Strixhaven.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And
like
another humanoid.
And another humanoid. So D100.
Aw.
Oh, that'll be different.
Genasi.
It's a genasi again.
The genie kin.
Genie.
So you'll probably
Elemental.
need to roll a
Like a D4.
like a D4.
Air, earth, water, or fire.
What Jody's cleric, Tempest cleric is in my game.
The water. She's a water genasi.
So
Oh,
Ryan, you can either say that he can choose or roll a D4 to.
I think this would be all.
I think on the wild ride, right? The wild ride version should.
Yeah, I'd
should
say
be
roll. There's air, earth, fire, and water. So in that order, if you roll a d4. So you got water, Genasi.
Yeah. Water genasi. I don't think so.
Right.
Owlin. This doesn't suit him. I think Tabaxi.
All right.
I mean, it feels the most Skippy.
Yeah.
Although the Owlin also kind of feels Skippy, because I feel like Skippy would be kind of curious about it. But I could fly, and owls are super quiet, right?
Yeah, they have a stealth.
Yeah.
And of course, they don't make any noise when they're flapping.
So I could see Skippy being like really intrigued by that idea too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they have a fly speed, right?
They do have a fly speed equal to whatever their movement is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't use it wearing medium or heavy armor.
That's right. If you want to fly, you have to be in light or less.
Yeah. Which
He's a rogue anyway.
Yeah. No, I gotta go with my gut on it. It's maybe not the most power gamey choice, but I think its soul would gravitate towards the fact.
Oh, and that's the important thing.
All right. Then from the bones of Skippy appears a tabaxi.
Am I still male?
It's kind of probably your choice.
Please roll.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a roll to me.
Yeah. Roll a d100. 1 to 50 is female. 51 to 100 is male.
Okay, this could get interesting. Male.
You're male.
Yeah.
Can Skippy at least decide how his tabaxi looks?
Yeah, for sure.
And we did just get the new book, which has which does have the tabaxi. So there may be some interesting differences. Like one that stands out is that you actually have a choice between small or medium.
Oh. Let me see. I don't see that here.
No, because it's in the new Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse is the new version.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't really have access to that right now, so I can't use it.
Well, I'm just trying to. I do have this limited access to that, so I'm just trying to find it. I know it's here.
Why?
Because they were all leaked.
What? Oh.
And I assume you didn't buy the. Oh no, because through D&D Beyond, you can't buy the gift set that comes with the. I think you can't buy the gift set that comes with that, and right now, you can only get it in the gift set that comes with Xanathars and Tasha's, the new Xanathars and Tasha's with the erratas.
Okay.
But I think it's. I have to take a look at the date again, but we have a date for it dropping in just the book by itself.
Well, I don't again because I don't have access to it, so we might as well just
The pre-order.
Yeah. Just use what you have, and but if Ryan's gamed you using the new version, then just consider that you do have the option of being small still if you would like. The other things that change that stand out is that the claws are a d6. They took everything that has natural weapons and gave them the same damage as the Minotaur, because he was the only one that had a d6. And I think that's mostly it. And of course, the big change in the races moving forward is that you get to choose where you get that +1, +2, or +3 ones. You just decide where you want them. You're not dictated by the race.
Okay, well, I think it's done, so we can. Oh, yeah. So I guess out of the Like I could the thing is that the one thing that appeals to me is choosing the size, because if I can choose a small size cat, then I will. Because
Sure, yeah,
That's what Skippy's
that's not a
comfy with.
problem.
okay, so again, it would be kind of like he would look very similar to the picture in like in the player's handbook for Tabaxi. So he'd be kind of that tawny color with like the sort of leopard spots on the back.
Oh, sure.
Oh, your voice. And as he was like reincarnated, you could just I just imagine him like kind of slowly formulating out of the what's left of Skippy, and the bones kind of coalescing into like this new skeleton, and flesh like crawling over the bones and extending and filling out, and finally like skin kind of covering the muscle, and then uh the hair would come in, and he would slowly kind of start to kind of get up and uh arch his back in a very feline sort of way, and and kind of slowly stand up, and maybe a little bit wobbly when he gets to his feet, and he'll look around, and in a kind of a weird, talking through feline teeth and stuff like that, he would be like, "So, how do I look?"
Oh, huh. Look at that. It worked. Huh. Good thing.
And Grun will come up and give Skippy like a big, very tight hug. Keeping in mind, Grun has a 21 strength. He gives you a very tight hug, and he says, "It's good to hear you talking out loud."
I feel weird, and he kind of slinks around like a feline does, but I feel kind of good too.
Jinxie
You look a
slinks
little
around with
weird.
you.
As soon as Skippy looks like he is up and around in any capacity, being oblivious to the state he's in or anything, just that he's moving, Lignyck goes back to what he was doing, but he's switched and he's working with his mace and a big chunk of his armor.
What do I look like? My hands, they look like animals.
I'll pull
Would
out
any
the
of us
plate armor.
would any of us recognize that race?
Oh, that's a good question. Hadn't thought about Tabaxi being in the world.
Knowledge what would you like, Ryan?
Nature.
History.
Oof. Either nature or history, I guess.
Oh, let's do that one.
I'll pull the plate armor out because it's probably got the most reflective surface and turn that towards Skippy so he can try to kind of look at it.
I think Faewyn might know exactly what you are.
She's the only one who has a chance.
She got a 28.
Yeah, Faewyn, at some point you did some reading about strange creatures of the Southlands. So I'll also say that you recognize Clever Girl from your readings. And yeah, you know about Tabaxi.
Okay, can I explain to Skippy what he is then?
Sure.
Because Faewyn might know more than Jody does. Jody knows they're cat people. Faewyn might know slightly more than that. So are you willing to chime in on what she would probably know about them?
I don't know anything about Tabaxi, so
You know
can't really help you there.
You know the D&D entry because it's a 28 one. It's Faewyn.
Okay, hold on.
There isn't actually a whole lot to them. They are cat people. They tend to be somewhat reclusive, but they're into like tinkering.
Well, there you go. They're reclusive. That's why there's not much known about them.
And they love to travel, and they come from the south.
Right. Yeah. They like to tinker, and they're often minstrels. Hey, you'll be able to dance really well now.
When Grun holds a piece of armor out for me to see, I take a look in it, and because of the warping of the metal, it looks like my face is like this grotesque, bulbous, kind of vaguely animal-looking thing, and he'll be like, "I'm hideous."
No, you're actually a really pretty kitty.
What?
You're a kitty person. You're quite pretty.
Grun will take a look at the armor side. He's like, oh, yeah, Skippy. Yeah, maybe we don't use this as the mirror.
Yeah, Skippy look good. And most important, living.
He'll be like testing he'll slink out of Grun's hug if he hasn't let him go yet, and start testing his body, and like, he'll do some squats and some lunges, and then he'll notice his tail. What the? I have a tail? And then
Probably
he'll start to chase
balance.
his own tail.
Can you move it?
He's too busy chasing it right now.
Absolutely fair.
Mike, is Lignyck's armor medium?
Is Mike there?
Sorry, he had to step away briefly. He is back now.
I peeked. His armor is medium. So when Wandoo sees that he's making adjustments to his armor, he'll come over.
Okay, Wandoo, pretty good with medium armor. Can him help?
No. What I want to do, I can't do it yet, anyways. And can't do it.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
After one.
I like your toy, the Watcher's toy.
He points at Krabby.
I thought you were talking about my book toy. Want to see it?
Skippy will do a cartwheel past the scene.
What? You have a book toy?
Yeah, look.
I don't know what that is.
And since it causes darkness, when she opens the book, he still won't be able to see it.
As Wandoo walks away, Lignyck will mutter a very quiet, "Sorry for snapping," and return to what he's doing.
Look like book make everything dark.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Not many books do that. And I've read a lot of books.
Wandoo think not many books do that for a good reason. Seemed like a pretty bad thing for a book to do.
Well, it's not your book toy. You don't have to like it. And she'll turn away in a mild huff.
Wandoo not mean anything, just seems like make it hard to read a book, but make it dark.
Yeah, that is a curious thing, isn't it? And she'll turn back. I don't know why they made it, but it's such an interesting book. I haven't had a book like this before.
Book must
Skippy
say
will
some
long
things.
jump through the scene.
Pardon me?
I said Skippy will long jump through the scene, just kind of interrupting as he's trying out his new body.
Yeah, Faye doesn't notice unless he actually bumps into her. She's talking about books.
Seems like maybe a person wrote some stuff in a book. Them not want no one to read, so make it go dark.
Ooh, that's a fascinating idea. I'll have to contemplate that.
Seems like book's broken.
The book is not broken. It's a perfect book toy. I haven't had any other book toys like this, and it works exactly the same as it did in the beginning. It didn't break at all. But that's all right. You haven't had book toys of your own, I guess. Anyway, there's lots of other books, and she'll pull out some of her other books. They're all fabulous.
Does Grun have? I know Grun destroyed a bunch of his stuff and so on, but does he still have like he had Kellenbor's symbol originally on his shield, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so we're still in camp, so it's still technically here, but the mace and shield that he carried with that are just he tossed them aside. He didn't pack them. They're like he tossed them because they were symbols of his faith.
Hey, tall one.
Yes, Wandoo.
That your shield?
Not anymore. It's not.
Was your shield though? So just noticed scales on the shield. Some other things too, but the scales. Wandoo noticed because that seems to be that's a symbol of balance, and balance is pretty important to Wandoo in all things. What does symbol mean to Grun?
Nothing anymore. And Grun will walk away from the conversation.
Seem like if symbol don't mean anything anymore. By way he even say that, it sounds like symbol still mean something. Okay.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry.
Skippy. You like the new body?
It's good, but it kind of itches a little bit, and he'll scratch himself and realize he has claws for the first time.
Okay.
No!
Ooh, careful. You gotta get used to stuff. You've never been so hairy, huh?
No, I was a halfling. I only
Mm,
had hair where I needed it.
well, you're gonna have to remember hair harder to keep. Gonna be cleaning it all the time.
With
You
with
you
soap,
can probably use your tongue.
he'll give you a kind of a cat's look of disgust.
How come the tall one's so angry?
He's had a hard couple of days.
Him seem touchy about him shield.
I think it represents lost hope.
Balance represents lost hope. Huh? That weird.
No, I mean that balance, the thought of balance, or the dream of balance, is lost to him, or at least it feels that way.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe want to work on that.
Each time there's been a long pause in the conversation, Lignyck looks like he's about to say something, and somebody starts talking, so he backs up. At this break, he chimes in, Wandoo, I have a question.
Oh, well, want to not often have answers, just more questions. But shoot.
Have you seen the constructs that are protecting some of the tunnels in here?
I don't recall you telling me if I did or not.
Give me a D100 roll. High, you have. Yes, while you were poking around the city, looking around, you did see one in a castle.
And what about the when I did the commune? Did I pick up on them?
No.
Yeah, saw one of them. Only one in the mountain though. What is it?
They're called Warforged, and they used to be dwarfs. The one of the dwarfs figured out a way to transfer their consciousness into those constructs so that they could fight the liches and things that were. And I'd really like to look at one, but the ones that we've seen are too far away. How far away was the one that you saw?
Not far. It's in Thorvald's Deep.
Oh, I know. Over by library where we gotta go to see the plants near there.
Oh, good, oh, good. When you saw it, did it try to attack you?
I assume it didn't move at all, right?
Lifeless down a hallway. Yeah, it wasn't moving.
Nope. Didn't even do anything to Wandoo.
Good. When we're going to the library, can you point it out when we're on the way there, please?
Sure. How come?
I want to look at it.
You think maybe a dwarf stuck in there? If the dwarfs became these things, them been here for a long time because the dwarf's been gone for a very, very, very long time.
It's, from what I understand, it's kind of like what you just did to Skippy, sort of, where they took their essence and they moved it from their dwarf body into these constructs bodies, and it didn't quite work because the from the books I read, they lost their dwarfness, and some of them are still active because one of them a couple of them tried to kill Gaelen when we were with Gaelen and we were trying to get through because he was an elf.
Wandoo not even know what a Gaelen is.
That's because he's the one that he's yeah.
Oh.
He's part of why Grun is grumpy.
Okay. So them things don't like elf. So that's probably a good thing, because there are a lot of elves down deep in the mountain.
There's elves.
Yep. Down deep in the mountain. Yep. And there's worse stuff too. That's no good reason to go deeper in the mountain. Tell you this much. Mm-hmm.
Why do you say the elves are bad? Gaelen was nice enough.
Ryan, you told me that they were dark elves.
Yeah.
But would I make any distinction between like the drow and the ebon and the whatever?
No, you wouldn't know the difference.
From Wandoo experience, elves that live in dark, not good elves.
Oh.
Elves that live up in the light, only a little bit better. But that's people in general. Nothing against elves. So if dwarfs try to reincarnate into these things that aren't natural, yeah, not surprising. It didn't work good. But you figure their soul's still there, or maybe not.
Not sure. I'd like to know.
Yeah, Wandoo do. Set it right if he can set it right. People, that's a problem. Animals never screw around with nature. Huh.
But didn't they say that where did we hear that somebody that they lose part of themselves, that what's left is just a shadow of what they once were?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that, Lignyck.
Why would you be concerned about that with Lignyck?
He gets fascinated by things.
Hey, curiosity not bad.
You heard what it did to the cat.
Faewyn will shoot a panicked glance at Skippy, since he now looks very cat-like.
Faewyn, do you know the most about tabaxi? Do they have 9 lives like other kitties?
I wouldn't count on that.
Overhearing this, Grun will call out, like, we are not testing that out. I cannot bring you back from the dead anymore. Want you can, but, I mean, you got lucky this time.
While these conversations are going on, Lignyck pulls out the book that he was referencing, and he flips until he finds a section of it. It says right here, whether or not they truly saved remains unknown. Some theorize the magic could fail, leaving them as simple automatons, destined for immortality as mindless drones. Others believe they are already a shadow of their former selves, unable to feel emotion. One bard attempted the procedure and no longer wished to play his beloved drums, saying her heart was no longer in it. Indeed, her heart lay a few feet away in her dead body when she spoke those words. So, they in this book, they don't mention anything about success. And it seems to me it was a good idea. And more research should be done.
Research is always good.
Well, have to at least know if them is a soul trapped in something not natural.
Exactly, see?
You got you say you got a bunch of books? Can Wandoo see some of them?
What sort of thing you're interested in?
Lately? Oh, Wandoo interested in lots of things.
What kind of book you want to read?
Mostly right now, Wandoo come into mountain, try figure out. Well, kinda was looking for dwarfs because they might have had answers. Cause looks like long time ago there was dwarfs and there was elves and there were the gods and then some. I'm not exactly sure because I'm trying to Wandoo try to piece together all the info. And the gods are some of them are not being good. And then them get into trouble, and then there'll be a bunch of other different gods, and then them get into trouble. Somewhere along the way, all the dwarfs die. It's all confused stuff. But yeah, so trying to look into what happened with all those gods and all the gods. Because there's a lot of gods that Wandoo doesn't even recognize anymore. Like Wandoo's looking at the angry one's shield, thinks probably those scales are a god, but Wandoo don't recognize it. So probably a new god, not an old god.
Do you only know about the old ones?
Pretty well. I mean, gods don't change much. Usually have the same purpose. Maybe even if they change, same purpose, do the same things. But there's some of the books Wandoo been reading talk about gods, talk about the old gods, and those old gods, not the old gods. Wandoo, just thinking those are the gods, and then it's talking about the new gods are failing everybody, and Wandoo like don't even know that the old gods aren't the new gods anymore, and there's new gods and they're failing everybody, and just looking for try to put her all together.
So what gods do you know?
Well, there's mostly there's the great three, and that's Shero and Dowreth and Stormlord. And then there's a few other gods, some other gods, kind of, but they're they're just like satellite gods, or peripheral gods. They're not don't have big jobs.
So you know lots about those three?
Wandoo not a cleric, but know a decent amount, sure. But books Wandoo been reading lately say that them are the old gods.
Yeah, so
No.
do you align yourself with any of those three?
Align himself with them. Oh, good question. So Wandoo not a cleric, and Wandoo is a servant. Wandoo is a servant of the animals, and a servant of the plants, and a servant of nature, and a servant of balance. But sure ain't no servant of a god. But Stormlord mostly about balance. So no, I wouldn't say Wandoo not aligned with one of them. Probably, maybe believe a lot of the same things. But God's just a part of nature too. Them just nature, not on the earth, and bigger, older, more full of themselves, but still nature.
Because right now, Shero and Dowreth are trying to kill off all the other gods.
Books Wandoo says old god. It's very confusing because the old gods are now they call them the old gods, and then the book said that them gods were gone.
Yeah, they're just recently returning.
So something getting all the gods, including the old gods. Yeah.
The old gods are getting all the rest of the gods. Somehow the old gods are back and they're killing all them. Well, they're making all new gods go away. I don't know exactly what they're doing to them, but and she'll nod towards Grun. He's had encounters with both old and new gods.
How come would them do that? Oh, Wanda know why them would do that. Them probably pissed off. Yep.
Why do you think they're pissed off?
'Cause of Adam and probably. Yep.
What did he do?
Adam, can even show you statues here in down in the dwarf. Hey, in the library you guys was in, and you ignored the plants, and you were very rude, I might add.
We're not used to plants being aware.
And there was a statue. There's some statues in there of the old gods, and there's also a statue of Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Adam and him not really like what the old gods, the big three was doing, and so him work together with his sisters and make how's the story go? So this is according to the dwarfs, see, and that's why they have a statue of Adam, right? Play the greatest role in undoing the old gods. It says Lilium and Tiam. Them didn't agree with Adam, but them help him anyway. Help him forge a god metal and save the universe. Them act like lookouts when Adam was forging a metal in the fires of the stars, and the only time Lilium and Tiam ever worked together. And then Adam and shackled Shero and Dowreth, but but not the Stormlord. Must have had good reason.
And do you know anything about how that metal was made?
So we just have to make god metal? Where's this forge? Where's this forge of the stars?
Well, the stars are wherever you are. Don't matter how deep or how dark it gets. That's the beauty of the stars. Is they only get brighter as it gets darker. But
unless you're under a mountain.
So sure, huh?
And Wandoo will spark up a little fire if there isn't one, and he has a gem hanging on his staff, which he will tilt so that the fire hits light from the fire hits this gem, and it casts a globe of stars as if we're an observatory around us. Them is always there. Doesn't matter how much rock in between you.
Forgot your voice.
No matter how much rock in between you.
Faewyn will just smile.
Problem Wandoo see with that is took a god, adamant, to forge the god metal. And don't really know too much about why Adamant did it, but I don't think Shiro and Dowreth were killing off all the lesser gods at the time. But if them got out of shackles, maybe them pissed off.
I think they might be.
That's exactly. Oh wow! And that's exactly what's happened. Is they're angry at all the gods and other beings that locked them up. They want payback.
Yeah, but not all of them gods. Them all new gods. Them all way since then. Don't know why them be so angry at them, or just maybe them they take it out. Don't know where Adamant is. Don't even have those answers. Did some of the books you had? Did them talk about Shiro and Dowreth and Adamant?
While this conversation was going on, Lignyck was rummaging through books again.
Yeah, they did. They talked about those. But I haven't had a chance to read all of the books. We haven't been able to sit down long enough.
Did somebody write down like a list of the titles of the books, like
Yes.
in character? Because
Faewyn probably did.
right, because I assume that all of the titles are written in Dwarven. Yeah.
Yes.
But Faewyn would have.
Can Wandoo see a list of books?
Sure, there's lots more to read. I shall share the list.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, there are good books in here. Yep, for sure. Oh, Wandoo would like if we can read the giants and their kin, because Wandoo is a giant kin, and Ritual of Stars, and is pretty important to Wandoo.
I read that one.
Ooh, is it good?
Oh, they're all so good.
But on a less selfish point, look to Wandoo like you got book called Adamant.
Yeah, Lignyck read that one.
This of course is where somebody could say you don't have that book anymore.
We do have that one, don't we?
Lignyck hands over Adamant, God of Smiths,
You
and
have that on your
and the translations that he had figured out that he's trying to rifle through and reference.
okay, because it's not in the list of books, so I thought it was one of the books left behind.
No, there are certain books that are literally important enough that they didn't get in the bag of holding.
Probably want to read Lilium Tough Loving Mother.
I hand you over that book.
And Tiam's Tale, because
And I hand you that book.
Because them is the three gods that responsible for
I haven't read those yet. I need to sit down and read those too.
Lilium Tiam not really work together ever, but them did help Adamant to lock up Shiro and Dowreth. Still,
What happened to Lignyck and TM?
don't know what happened to Adamant. Probably if Shiro Dowreth got out, first thing they did was get rid of them. Maybe, just guessing.
Ryan,
Yes.
can I treat the summaries that I have of those books as what I would have written down of significance?
Yep.
Maybe got a book called kind of funny actually, called Adamantium, which is them two names put together.
So while you're talking, Lignyck hands over a sheet of paper containing the information in Discord.
Nice.
And of course you got 1, 2. Kind of look to Wandoo like you got 2 books per god of the big 3. You got Dowreth and Holy Dark and Shiro and Essence of Light and Stormlord Ineffective. What they talk about?
So we should sit here and read is what you're saying. I can work with that. How many days do we want to do that for?
And
3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Maybe Silent Storm has something to do with with why the Stormlord's so quiet right now. Because him not shackled, but can tell you, Wandoo not feel the presence of the Stormlord almost at all.
Oh, guys, clearly we got to solve these mysteries. We got to sit and read. It's obvious. And she will look like enthusiastically around at the other three of them.
Ooh, Wandoo think it good you bring him books along. Good to share this knowledge, because they could be down here for thousands of years and no one find them.
I
Kind of
don't
like
think
the
that we should
plants.
stay down here for thousands of years. That's a long time to read. I think we can read them much faster than that.
You say the angry one have some experience with the old gods.
She'll nod to Grun.
I've had dealings with Dowreth, who was a follower for a time. Very recently renounced that.
Wandoo knew many followers of the big three, because them were the big three. Of course, this before them get all locked up, and before them get unlocked up. Wandoo miss all that. But Wandoo curious why you follow Dowreth when looks like you balance is important to you.
Because I was a fool who thought he could show a god humanity, or teach a
Yeah.
god humanity.
Oh, one thing for sure. Big three don't really care about the people. Nope. At least Shiro Dowreth. Stormlord only care because people part of nature. But it weird you would follow Dowreth, because Stormlord represent balance. Shiro and Dowreth only connect to balance in that they balance each other. Well, if one outpaces the other, there'd be no balance. And Stormlord was created to balance them, to balance between the two warring gods. A little bit of light, a little bit of dark, and Stormlord could pass judgment when necessary. But unlike Shiro and Dowreth, who them is only concerned with cosmic things, not terrestrial. They don't care about you. Stormlord cares for all life. The only gods have been and have gone. The old gods have been and been gone, but the new gods, it seems, been and gone too. And but Stormlord, never gone, was never shackled, never destroyed by warring gods. Hidden, quiet, yes, never gone. Though,
Yes, well, he whenever I was given what seemed to be a chance to meet any of them, the Stormlord was never apparently interested in meeting with me.
Wandoo never heard of a cleric of a Stormlord, though. I don't think those exist. Doesn't mean you can't look toward it. Look toward Stormlord and recognize him about balance. Maybe not get you spells, though. But is that how you choose a god?
I choose no god. I've had my fill of gods and their stubbornness.
Sound about right to Wandoo. Oh, Wandoo, sorry you're so angry now.
Yes, well, there's a lot to be angry about right now.
So you guys can read these books?
I think we should. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Everybody, and she'll sit right down.
No, Wandoo asking, all the dwarfs are dead. How can you read these books?
I was able to read it for a while because I had I could make a helm.
I can read all the things. I just need to cast a little bit of a spell so that I can understand them better.
Oh.
Yeah. Cast a spell too.
Well, that sounds really handy. Wando can not even read the signs in this place. It's pretty inconvenient.
But you talk to the plants.
Oh, yeah, but pretty sure plants can't read books.
Did you ask?
I guess Wandoo was pretty sure that skeletons didn't have souls too, so maybe weird things happen down here. Wandoo will try to remember to ask the plants.
Are the plants dangerous?
Some plants dangerous.
Are the plants you want to help dangerous?
Ryan, any of them in particular poisonous or?
No.
One of them, Wandoo talk with all of them and see if any of them want to be awakened. One of them did. So that one, it could hit you if it wanted to. But you could also talk to him. That would be nice. Other than that, nope.
Cool.
So we gotta try and see if we can get you guys a boat and then get the plants out of here, yeah?
After we read for, I'm not sure how many weeks we decided on, guys.
I
Why
think
are
we were
you?
going to read on the boat.
Why are you in a hurry? Books not go nowhere.
Because there's books. She looks at him like it's the weirdest question ever he's asked.
Yeah, but the books not go nowhere, and you got all the time in the world.
Right, so we should start reading. And she's not being deliberately difficult or anything. This is actually just a very confusing thing that he's saying to her. She really doesn't get if they've got all the time, why they wouldn't just start right in with the reading.
You starting to sound like one of the races that only live for a few years. Don't be in such a hurry. You'll have less stress.
I'm not.
Seems everyone else is in a hurry to leave.
Yeah, when we could read.
We got to move them plants. I suppose them been waiting thousands of years. What's a little bit more, but
Right, what's their hurry?
them is pretty bored now.
I feel that. And she looks longingly at the books.
So did you guys learn anything about the new gods? Because Wandoo doesn't hardly know nothing.
Is anyone going to step in and rescue him from Faewyn?
He's asking Grun some pretty
Nope.
hard questions, like the day after. So, like, Grun's kind of avoiding Wandoo right now.
There's a bunch of gods, yeah. What do you want to know about them?
I guess which ones ticked off Shiro and Dowreth? And because
I kind of had the impression that they were just upset because they existed. But I don't know if anybody did something particular.
well, Stormlord's supposed to keep them in balance, but if him's so silent, nothing keeping them in balance.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So it looks like maybe two things might fix it. Is either reshackle Shiro and Dowreth, or get the Stormlord off his butt and doing what he can do.
Well, he likes metal stuff. Do you know how to make that metal?
Oh, and don't forget about their pet that they can't control anymore and is just ready to devour everything. You can't forget about that.
What is that?
Oh, Murgafee. Shiro and Dowreth and the Stormlord decided to, raise this little puppy together, this cosmic puppy. And now it's, angry, out of control, hungry, and is, out for everything. And, apparently, currently nobody can stop it. So, there's that too.
Murgafee? That's not one of the old gods.
I don't know, take it up with Dowreth.
Wandoo heard name Murgafee before. Not associated with Dowro, any of the big three. Clever girl. You remind Wandoo? When did I hear Murgafee?
Is there any difference in body language from Clever Girl?
You do note that Clever Girl looks at Wandoo and reminds him that Murgafee is the god that the bug people in the south worshipped.
Oh yeah, right. There was the bug people. And they're in the south, and they were really nasty. They would keep people like Clever Girl and the other dinosaurs. They would capture them and kind of turn them into domesticated animals. And so Wandoo went there to try and change that, and they got all hostile real quick and stuff. So, but they worship some god named Murgafee. But yeah, that all Wandoo ever hear about that name.
Yes, well, from what Dowreth told me, Murgafee is currently a threat to them and everything, and they're both seeking power in an attempt to defend themselves against Murgafee.
So Murgafee only new god that can fight back?
Apparently, and depending on how much you want to trust Dowreth, if I recall correctly, the Murgafee is trying to just take out everything indiscriminately. Everything.
Hard to trust what the gods say, huh?
Oh, you're telling me.
Okay, well,
I think by now there's a tabaxi that's curled up in a little ball in between you guys. He's falling asleep.
That's pretty well all Wandoo been able to figure out so far. Do you know how long the dwarf's been gone?
It's been quite a while.
I don't know if we know exactly how long.
Because Wandoo having trouble putting together timelines. Like, don't know when the old gods were the new gods and when the new gods became sort of the gods, and then now they're the old gods.
Ryan,
'Cause they're-
is Faewyn able to provide that sort of timeline, or does she not have it?
Oh, now I'm trying to remember who's read what, because I know one of the groups has read a rough timeline of when the elven cities fell from the sky, but I think that was the northern group reading an elven history book.
Yes, they did read that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys have that information.
Okay. I wasn't sure either, and I also have read from both, so
Yeah, I know
I
that
wanted
just
to
adds to the
double-check.
confusion.
I do not
Wandoo
want to
not
make
even
any
know.
assumptions.
Wandoo not even know when Dowreth start coming back.
How old are you?
Wandoo don't really know. Hard to say. Age is just age. Live too quick, probably live short. Wandoo not live too quick. Wandoo was told by Nabuna, a storm giant, lives in mountain. You met?
No.
Probably for
Although we were wondering about seeking them out, but you say it's for the best we don't.
Oh, Wandoo like Nabuna. Not sure Nabuna eats some of you or not. Probably not. Didn't try to eat Wandoo. Didn't try to eat Clever Girl. Nabuna say Wandoo spent a few days with Nabuna. Her also bored. A lot of people in Mountain bored. Been in Mountain a long time. Her shared stories of her ancestors. They used to draw the stories, and Nabuna not remember the dwarfs, but the drawings say them had big wars like 1,000 years ago, and soon after that, them just start to dwindle. Probably last of the sound of the forges working. It's a couple 100 years ago. If them went somewhere else, them didn't say where.
Well, apparently they were very key in the fight against the undead before the last time around. So we were really hoping that we could find what it was that gave them this advantage. Was it something inherent to them, or was it something of their creations? We don't know.
Don't know if they. Oh wait, you said fighting undead. Yeah, that's what the drawings say. Them are fighting the undead across the sea, though, somewhere across the sea, like 1,000 years ago.
Was it an ooze?
Wandoo doesn't know what an ooze is.
It's another land or continent, I think, right?
Yeah, Oos is another continent.
But sounds like that's when them start to die out. So did them win the undead war or not?
They did. They that's when they sealed Shiro and Dowreth away, I believe, and then they went on, just ruling instead of Shiro and Dowreth, divvying up worshippers and making their way as gods until recently.
Now hang on, wait. You saying the Shiro and Dowreth were around when the undead war was happening? So like first time or second time? Did
So this is the second time, is it not?
like the big three were the big three, and then Adaman and his friends shackled the Shiro and Dowreth. Was that did they escape those shackles 1,000 years ago and have that war with the undead? Or
Oh, sorry, my bad.
or
My
were
apologies.
they shackled after the war with the undead? See, Wandoo don't have the timelines. Don't understand.
I'm not sure.
And when did Stormlord go quiet? Same time as the shackled ones? Or only since they've come back? Maybe you need more books.
So we should sit down and read, right?
Well, we need somewhere safe to do that.
I can make, but are they more important than books?
Well, how about this? If we find the airship, we can load the plants onto the airship, fly. Faewyn gets to read. We can look for places to place the plants while also looking for ways that we can destroy Lucius.
I do not even know what a Lucius is, but plans sound good.
Lucius is the Lich that we were talking about before.
What you
The
guys
one
doing with
who's-
a Lich?
The one who's in control of the undead armies that are on the surface.
Wandoo think a good idea you don't screw with Liches. Bad idea.
Oh, this Lich already screwed
Oh,
with
Grun.
us. Too late.
If we get an airship, we can fly to Ooze.
Absolutely we can.
Okay, you guys
Okay.
aren't just trying to make me not read, though, are you?
No, we're trying to give you a place where you can read uninterrupted.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Okay, Wandoo help you find handy boat in the air, but then we get plans.
Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Where is
Okay.
boat in the air?
And it's time for another long rest.
They haven't been talking that long. So where would you guys like to head to first?
Could you run
We'd like to
through
go.
the list of locations that Faewyn knew?
I think that we'd like to start with the location where the airship is.
Yep, I think we all agree. Yes, there, Ryan.
Okay. So the book that has information about the airship. One moment, please. It mentions that the airship was flying towards the west over the Lake of Tears before it went out of sight. And the Lake of Tears is the giant lake that's north of the mountain that you're in currently.
Oh, so we've got to leave the mountain first.
Right, we were going up.
Did we want anything from that lovely cache that they were guarding on the way back?
Sorry, which cache?
You know, the Warforged were guarding it when we came in. We left it there.
Oh, there's that.
Wandoo not sure. We want to exit through the top of mountain.
How else do we get out?
lot of bad stuff.
How else?
Saw some dragonborn and some kobolds and orcs, all kinds of stuff.
But that's the only way out we know.
Didn't you also say we had to go to the library for something too before we left?
Yeah, maybe we can get some more books.
Library is where the plants are. If you want to go back there to apologize.
Well, let's go take a look at these plants and get an idea of what kind of space we're going to need, how we're going to carry them.
And we can pick up more books while we're there. From the library.
I mean, we're running out of space, so maybe we'll just maybe we'll check other places of the library where we weren't before. New books.
Great, new books. Let's go.
And the Watcher wanted to go look at the Warforged.
Excellent. So getting books and Warforged and apparently plants. Okay, let's go, guys.
I'm walking away.
Wandoo will turn on Pass Without Trace and keep it on indefinitely. So there, nah.
Okay. So were you going to the library first or the castle first?
Castle is.
The castle is on the way.
I don't know what the castle.
Oh, the
It's
castle is
another
where that
castle.
Warforged is, right?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That was what I was.
No, we'll go to the library first because
No,
of
the castle's on the way.
If it's on the way, I'll stop.
Yeah, but because we could potentially be triggering something, shouldn't we wait until we're like ready to just leave before we do that?
But that was just so that Lignyck could look at the Warforged.
Oh, just look at the Warforged. Oh,
How
okay.
far into the castle is it to visit the Warforged?
Not far.
Is there anything else interesting in the castle? And she's asking that of.
I'm assuming that Wandoo didn't really explore the castle. Is that
No,
right?
not a lot.
Didn't really check out castle. Doesn't have really any information. Mostly concerned with temples and libraries.
Was there any carts that have survived the ages?
Any guards?
No, carts.
Oh, no.
Like even enough that mending might or a crabby might be able to.
No, you haven't seen anything like that down here.
Okay.
Okay, so one more time. Is it the library or the castle? Library or the castle first?
Castle first.
Okay. I just need to know which map to send you guys to.
so sorry, Ryan.
The one with no bad guys. Send us to the one with no bad guys.
Yeah, that
I
one.
make no promises. All right. So you guys make your way through the city without running into any problems. Wandoo's pass without trace is extremely helpful. And he shows you to where the castle is that he found.
Do I remember where the Warforged is from the entrance?
Yeah, it's just up to the intersection and to the left.
Just up ahead and to the left is where you'll find the Warforged.
Okay, I'll go first if or Lignyck will power.
Yeah, I don't think you're slowing Lignyck down at this point.
But as you come to the intersection, Lignyck, you can see that there's been a recent cave-in the castle that's blocked off the hall.
Oh no, I hope he's okay.
Is that what this fiery pit is? Or what's the fiery pit?
The fiery pit isn't actually fiery at this point. It's blackened and cold. Yeah, there's no active fires.
There is a door. I'm not going to open it.
I am rummaging around where the cave-in is to see if there is any sign of crushed Warforged among the rubble.
Okay, give me an investigation.
With a +8, wow.
With guidance.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of metal in the collapsed stone.
I would like to listen at the door to see if there's anything, if I hear anything on the other side.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
Also, the pit, is that active molten or lava or hot?
It's just black right now, like it's gone cold.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Skippy to check the door for any traps or anything before I try opening it. We're gonna need another Skippy token.
Yep.
I was
Romy.
already talking to Romy about it, and she said she'll make it. She just got a new iPad, so she'll be able to
Romy, it's
work
been
on
like
that.
3 games since Skippy changed.
Yeah, seriously. Have we lost Shane?
Oh,
Is he forgetting
Sorry.
push to talk? Yeah.
sorry. No, you did lose me for a second there. Sorry. I was up really early this morning and didn't have a nap. So
Oh, you're not so good when you don't have your nap.
Well, if you guys want, we could end it now. I know it's 10 o'clock here, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So if we want to end it here, we can start off with the castle next time.
I'm also good with just if you guys want to play a little bit more, I can just duck off for a bit.
I think this makes sense to call it here. I'd rather have all of us.
Yeah.
You just went through some very impressive transformations tonight, Shane.
Can we open this door?
Yeah.
This is gonna kill you if you don't get to see what's through there, right?
It's gonna drive me nuts. I will be fully honest, it will drive me absolutely nuts. I just want to open the door. That's all. Just open the door.
You can open the door if you want to. I won't tell you not to.
Skippy, will you do a
yeah.
and then go to bed after that?
Apparently not.
Skippy?
We lost him again.
We did. I don't get to know what's on the other side of the door. Oh my god. No.
That's too good.
Oh,
There's the investigation
kindness
roll.
there.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh.
You don't see any traps, and it's not locked.
Kick it open.
I will.
Bam!
Maybe-
The door is open.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll end it.
All
Are
right.
those lamps actually lit?
They are.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Aren't you glad you opened the door?
Yes, actually, I'm happier with this than not knowing what was on the other side of the door.